Remember the usual shilling: like, comment, subscribe, share, and whatever else you may do. Let's begin this video. During the dark days when Warcraft III was an abandoned game, two things kept it alive. Its immense variety of custom maps that you could play with your friends, and the multitude of custom campaigns that were as close, or some of them even better, than the original campaign. Then even darker days came when Blizzard, in all its greed and stupidity, decided to look upon the best RTS game out there. But that is a tragic tale for another time. Now let's take a look at the best Warcraft III custom campaigns that you should absolutely play right now, even if you're a beginner, even if you're a veteran. First, created by Turnroth on the Hive Workshop, is The Adventures of Rowin the Wise. This is the first installment in Turnroth's saga of custom campaigns, and while each is worthy of a position on this list, it's his first campaign that stands out among them. This campaign comes with an easy tutorial that is supposed to re-accommodate you to how playing around with a paladin feels like. It also comes with a difficulty option. Should you want to just experience the story, then there is easy mode. But if you want to be challenged, you can pick hard mode. And on hard mode, the gameplay reflects the dire situation of the story. But you will not be alone out there. Should you have the spirit of adventure, you can search for the 10 legendary items, available only in hard mode, to make your journey just a tad easier. The gameplay is challenging, fun, and fair, but the main attraction to this campaign and Turnroth's whole saga, it's the story, taking the Blizzard quality and adding a humorous spin to it that never really overstays its welcome and never ruins the moments that are supposed to be impactful. It also comes the custom dwarf race to play with, which, to be honest, is very fun and quite challenging at certain parts. And last of all, it's one of the few custom campaigns out there that are voice acted. To better or worse. Still, it's impressive that there is voice acting in this campaign. This is a must-play campaign for veterans of Warcraft III as well as newbies. It offers something for every type of player out there, and trust me, it's worth your time. Next, we have the campaign made by a man whose love of books is only overshadowed by his ability to recreate them in the Warcraft III engine. Outsiders Xyz The Last Guardian. This campaign is also part of a series called Lore and Legends that at the time of this video has 3 entries in it: Day of the Dragon, Lord of the Clans, and The Last Guardian. Each one of these is worthy of a position on this list, but The Last Guardian takes the spot because it manages to do something quite unique and unimaginable. It uses the Warcraft III engine to create a custom campaign that is a point-and-click game. Because of that, it has one of the most unique gameplay features of any custom campaign that exists in the year of our Lord 2023. This campaign won't challenge your micro or macro knowledge, but it will challenge your reasoning and make you think more than you can imagine. The story is a recreation of that from the book. Of course, some little changes are made here and there, some little elements are also added and moved around, because, you know, to make the gameplay more interesting. And, you know, it does it pretty good in my opinion. In this campaign, you will get to explore the Swamp of Sorrows, but also venture into Stormwind City and Karazhan, make friends with Anduin Lothar, and uncover the deep secrets of Medivh. This campaign is a good start for anybody that wants to experience true Warcraft lore, accompanied by a gameplay that you won't find that often, or at all nowadays, when looking for custom campaigns. If you like to play with your friends in a co-op way, then there is something for you. The Spoon has reimagined the original Warcraft III human campaign and made it playable for 2 people at the same time. Of course, he did this with all the original campaigns, so you get to play the original Reign of Chaos campaign with your friend. But for this list, we'll add the human campaign. Of course, the story isn't that much different from the original one, with the exception of one more level at the end of the game that I will not spoil for anyone that wants to experience it. The gameplay remains pretty much the same, the maps are, again, pretty much the same, but the difficulty is changed in such a way that it's harder than the original campaign. This was done to accommodate for the extra set of hands controlling units. My favorite example of this is the first mission, the Defense of Strahd, where the regular 4 footmen that you have in the game are split apart, so each player gets 2. Also, there's more enemies and they have bigger stats. Oh boy. Difficulty really adds an extra note of replayability, especially alongside a friend. The challenge and friendly banter that this campaign can pull out are sure to make this a worthy experience for anyone willing to replay the original campaign, but in a slightly different way. This following spot is taken by a campaign created by Savage Potato and remastered by the genius known as Map Guy. This custom campaign is Matthias Chronicles 1: The Pursuit. The original campaign was decent enough to be enjoyable, with a story that far outshined the way the maps looked and the gameplay felt. And then, Map Guy came and gave it a new shine, something that really made the campaign stand out and present just one part of the story of Matthias, the brother of Arthas who really hates orcs. This would have been a prince Gyarados would have been proud to serve under. The gameplay of the campaign goes from decent to good in this remaster, and the story gets to shine even better thanks to that. If you think that the adventures of Rowin the Wise was a little silly at parts, and you're not that big of a fan of the humor, Matthias Chronicles delves into the origins of Warcraft. It takes the Warhammer grimness of Warcraft I and transports it into the new clothes of Warcraft III. Now hold your horses, it's not all that depressing, but it's unique story told through some interesting gameplay, and it's quite funny in a way when you look at Map Guy's earlier works that are more comical in nature compared to this remake and, well, his new campaigns. Nevertheless, this is a campaign you must really experience for yourself. The story is really out there, it's unique and it's creative. And the gameplay is challenging and fun. It rings on that proper note. And finally, the last campaign on this list is made by Elflord, and it's Chasing the Dawn, a campaign in which you can play as the Scarlet Crusade. This custom campaign isn't for the faint of heart, because it's quite challenging, more so I think than Matthias Chronicles, but it's undeniably one of the best campaigns out there. It follows the story of the Scarlet Crusade and the formation of the Crimson Dawn, or the power before the Crimson Dawn. The story following the established canon as best as possible. The campaign is also voice acted, so there you have another element of immersion. Talking about immersion, not only does the campaign have a full custom tech tree for the Scarlet Crusade, but it includes a first-person mode. This first-person mode that happens between missions is quite a spectacle, because it's something that shows the power of the Warcraft III engine, which really makes the campaign quite a unique experience, much in the same way as The Last Guardian mentioned earlier in the video. Biggest problem with this campaign is that compared to every other one mentioned on this list, this one is abandoned. The creator of the campaign lost his passion for Warcraft 3 and Warcraft in general, and because of that, the current state of the campaign is all that will ever be of it. No updates, no nothing. Still, what is there is quite enjoyable and unique, and provides a challenge that, even in this unfinished state, I would personally and wholeheartedly recommend it to everyone to at least try it out. Again, it is more challenging, but it's worth everything when it comes to playing it. These have been the top 5 custom Warcraft 3 campaigns that you should really play. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.